class is now open. We got to figure out what to do with this. I dug this out, and that's the dripper that I'm gonna have to fix somehow. Okay, I don't like using this small tubing. This was from years ago, and it zipsy doodles. Look, here it goes, and then it curves around and it goes up to the pipe. Here's that pipe, and see there's two other lines that go off of it, and I wanted to see if there was anything else for this big huge birch tree other than this one bubbler. So I dug around here, followed those, and here's one that goes to nothing, and here's another one that goes to nothing. You see? And my guess is years ago there was probably a plant here. Maybe there was one over here and they died, and whoever, they tied a knot in it. See this knot? And they tied a knot in there rather than putting a plug on the end. And I'm going to turn the sprinklers system on in a little bit, but I can see where it's pretty damp along here. So this one is probably, I don't know if it's dripping or not. I think it might be just a hair, but not very much, because I can see it's wet there. And I'm probably going to end up leaving those alone. Okay, I'll probably end up leaving these two alone, and I can make a note of it so that if we ever want to put a plant here by this rock or something, that there's a dripper, bubbler close by. One right here. And I dug up the bark, pushed it away from the tree, and I see that there's no other drippers. I'm gonna sit down here. There's no other drippers for this tree. Now see, this line happens to zipsy doodles around here, and it goes along that way, and see it's been raised because this root is here, this root's here. If I wanted to, down the road, to get this below, I could cut this off, right? Dig the dirt underneath here, dig it underneath there, underneath there, underneath there. Dig this line, add a little section of pipe, extend it underneath the roots, underneath the roots, underneath the roots, put another coupling. Well, if I extended it, I'd have two more couplings, right? I'd have two more couplings. Or I'd have to take it off from that coupling, and then I would only need one. I got to be careful with this because the dripper is underneath here. Those snap off. See, those snap off. Then it's hard to fix. You can't just put a plug in there. You have to cut it off and put in another coupler. Okay, so back to my immediate concern, my immediate fix. I'm not going to leave this one here, but I'm not going to, I can't cap it off right there, okay, because first off, I don't have any plugs that are 1/8 inch or 3/16 or whatever. Secondly, if I try to pull that out, chances are I could snap it off, and that little piece is going to be in there, and I'm not going to be able to do anything with that, right? Unless I cut that out. I don't want to do that. So see this piece here that comes up here, I can tie a knot in it, kind of like these other ones. Couldn't I tie a knot in it like that? I could. Or I could take the end and go like that, and then take a little piece of wire and wrap around and wrap and wrap and wrap, and then take my pair of pliers and twist it, twist it, twist it, and do two of those if I want. And that's my cap. And that's what I think I'm going to do on this pipe, because this thing is hard and brittle. It's not as flexible as when they tied those knots in there. I don't think I want to do the knot business. I think I want to just cap it off. You know, I'll cut this end off, and then I'll just fold this over. I'll fold it over like that, and take a little piece of wire. I just happen to have a little piece of wire in the garage, and I'll show you what that looks like when I get done. And I'm going to leave this one here and leave it underneath the ground, okay? And I'm not even going to tap into that, to that pipe there, because I'm gonna go up on the uphill side of this pipe. Now these two are tied together. This probably comes around and loops around somehow, and then goes up that way, comes back down, loops back that way, goes on down further. Okay, so I can come up here, can I? And I can tap in right here. Why not? And have you ever seen how sometimes they take a bubbler? I've seen it. They've taken a bubbler and they poke that and they push the bubbler right in there and leave it, and not even hook it to any pipe. Or I've also seen it where they've taken a bubbler and put it right there, and then they have the little 1/4-inch tubing, and then they run the tubing over to your plant. I don't like doing it that way, because then if a pincher bug or anything comes inside that 1/4-inch tubing, they could clog that up, right? More easily than the bubbler being clogged up, because the bubbler has a smaller hole. But I've seen it done that way too. So 3 different ways, you know, I can attach this. And that's the beauty. When you're doing things on your own, you get to decide how you're going to do it. And so I think, for me, I mean, because this is up high, I could just put the bubbler and poke it right there, because when I put the bark back, I don't have to necessarily cover up the bubbler, because this is up higher. And if we ever run more bark, if we cover up the bubbler, it's okay if you have the bubbler underneath the bark to a certain extent. Or I can attach a coupling on here, and then a little piece of pipe, and just leave the bubbler up. Maybe I should do it that way, just to be on the safe side. That way, if we do add more bark, I've got that bubbler up higher, and then I can raise the bubbler on the little pipe, on the 1/4-inch tube, and I think I'll do it that way. And then I can put bark over right here, and then just pooch the bubbler right here above the bark, right here in the corner, and let it drip down, because I like to try to keep it on the uphill side, and then let the water flow. You know, I mean, either way, there's plenty of water, even if you have it on the downhill side, for all of these roots. Because this root's coming over and it's getting water off of this bush. This root is coming over towards this way, getting water off of that bush. So does it really matter? Probably not. But I'm not going to tap into that bottom one, because it's way on the downhill side. I'm just going to do it up here. Okay? And I'll show you what that looks like when I get done. And I'm going to I'll cap this other pipe off over here. And I might make a quick video of that too. You never know. Just stick around, because the more you watch, the more you learn. Okay, let's just trying to do it over here. And let's do this first, okay? Let's see. Yeah, you can see that. I'm just going to cut that end off, and I can use that maybe in a pinch for something else. Oh, that's the one that broke off. That's no good. That's the one that broke off, so that's toast. Okay. Now to cap that off, if I had an 1/8-inch plug, I could cap it off that way, but I don't, and I'm not going to go to the store and buy one. I'm going to take a little piece of wire, and I happen to have it off of who knows what. Okay, and it's copper wire, so it should stay on there fine and not rust or anything like that. Okay, let's just pinch it. Let's just pinch it on there a little bit better. Like that. Could you see that once I have this connected, it should not leak. And so I'm going to take that and just twist it on there. Like that. And like that. Okay. Twist it enough so it's snug, but don't twist it off so much that it's going to break on you. Right? And I'm gonna end up doing that again. I'm gonna do another one because I can. If you use baling wire or any kind of wire, it's gonna rust and eventually it's probably gonna snap off. But I have full confidence that this is not going to come off anytime soon in my lifetime. A couple twizzles in here with my pliers. And that's, I'm going to call that good. I don't even have to cut the ends off if I don't want, but I'm going to. Right. There. Now, you see, that is not going to leak, and I can just leave it. I could just leave it up here, and I'll move this bark away, and I'll put it underneath the bark, and there it's just going to live. If it ever were to drip, it's going to drip right here by the tree, and that's it. I'm not going to do anything yet until I put in a bubbler. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bubbler on this side with a little extension piece of 1/4-inch tubing, and because there's no other water coming to this big huge birch tree, I'm going to find a 2-gallon-per-hour bubbler, and I'll show you all that and how to attach that next.